Hello and namaste. In continuation with the statistical techniques, we are going ahead with the Carl Pearson's correlation, and this is the part 3 and the last part of this Carl Pearson's coefficient. Okay, calculate the Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation for the data, and this is the data given to us, which is 60, 60, 55, 50, 55. So these are the big numbers in the data present, and that is the reason we are going for the indirect method, which is known as the small r. And this already I have given you the detailed discussion about all on this on these different methods. Please follow the I button to get the complete knowledge about the previous sessions, what I have done it for the previous sessions. So now what is dx? Dx is nothing but small x minus ax. What is this ax means? It's assumed mean. Assumed mean. For it might be actual mean of the data, or might be the assumed mean, and dy is equals to y minus ay, which is the assumed mean. This is of x and this is of y, right? Okay, then that means okay, so we have to form these tables here. So what I need summation of dx dy. So this is summation of dx dy, and summation of dx dy I'll be getting it here. So summation of dx dy is this number. Then I need summation of dx. That means I need the column of dx. Dx means dx is x minus ax, and this is 0 is nothing but summation of dx, right? Then summation of dy, we need this summation of dy, that means what we need a dy column. Dy is nothing but y minus ay, and this is the column for summation of dy, right? And then we need the summation in the denominator dx squared. So dx square is this. So this is 1500 is giving me summation of dx squared. Similarly, this is summation of dy squared. So this is summation of dy squared. Okay, so this is what we need about the table. Now let us go and find out how this table has been formed. This is x given to you here in the question, y, column y over here, we have got it. Then we need a summation of this, but in the present case we don't require the summation of x and summation of y, but in fact of that I need summation of dx, which is nothing but x minus ax. So dx is x minus ax, so that means what I should have some assumed mean here. I should have some assumed mean. So here in the present case, we have taken here, where should I write? Okay, let me write down here. Ax is nothing but 40 we have taken. So if you'll observe this 40, this is the 40 ax as the this thing we have taken, and that is the reason we have got it here 0. So this is nothing but this particular number has come because of 40 minus 40 is equals to 0. Similarly, this minus 20 has come because of 20 minus 40 is minus 20. Then this is the number minus 15 is the subtraction of 25 minus 40 is minus 15, and so on. So in this way we have formed, so corresponding x column we have subtracted 40. So 20 minus 40, 25 minus 40, 30 minus 40, 35 minus 40, and here 60 minus 40, and so on. And these are the numbers coming under the column dx. Then next column is dx square, which is nothing but just a square of this particular dx. So this particular number, this 400, has the outcome of minus 20 square. This 225 is the outcome of minus 15 the whole square, right? Though it is a plus or minus, because of the square, these numbers will be coming out to be positive. And this is the addition. Addition is giving me summation of dx square, which is 1500. Similarly, dy is y minus ay. What is this y minus ay? Y is this column, and we have subtracted ay. So now ay is here. We have considered ay as 33. It is not there is no such written rule, but yes, we should have this dx. Dx should come as a small numbers, because what is our motto, or what is the purpose to taking this dx or dy is to reduce these numbers. So these are the numbers which have been given us very big numbers here. Purposely after 40 the numbers are very big, and that is the reason we have been reduced that from a particular number, and that is the reason it's known as assumed mean of the data. And here in the y, we have assumed the mean for this y is 33. So that is the reason we have got it here as 0. So 33 minus 0. So similarly, what we have done it in the column dx, the same thing we have done it for the column dy along with this y. Okay, I think I have showed a wrong, here it was the x. So this is what x we have taken care of here, and this y would be taken care by this. So here in this, so y minus ay, right? And then again immediately the square of these numbers will be coming over here, and it's 289 and so on. So it's 1589 is summation of dy squared, and just a multiplication of these two columns. So this is the one column, and the multiplication of this second column is being displayed here. So which is dx dy, just 340, 195 and so on. So this is what is the table. You need to form it in this way, and then we will be going ahead. Okay, let me just erase this part here so that there will not be any confusion here. Okay, let me just erase it somewhere here. Yeah. Okay, so this we are just putting the values here. So if you'll observe here, capital N is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and therefore capital N is 9 number of observations we have got it here. So capital N, the value of capital N is 9 into summation of dx dy. Summation of dx is 1525 minus summation of dx. So if you'll observe here, this because of the summation of x dx here has come out to be 0. So the reduction of this particular next calculation has been done. So it's 0 into 9. Summation of dy we have got it as 9 over here, divided by capital N is 9 into summation of dx square. Now summation of dx square, we have got it 1500. So square root of 9 into 1500 minus dx has come as 0. So 0 square into next square root sign. 9 into summation of dy square. Summation of dy square, we have got it as 1589 minus summation of dy the whole square will be 9 square, and hence after the calculations by the calculator we'll be getting something like this over here, and which is same as this, and we'll be getting the value as here. So this part is nothing but the part based on the calculator. So there is nothing for me to explain. You have to just take the calculator, cross check this. If at all there is something going wrong along with my calculations, please do ask me in the comment section. I'll be there to address those. Okay. So this is known as the indirect method, or some few books are saying it's a assumed mean method as well. Okay, and this is a self-observation slide. So you can use this method at any number because it's a very simple provided, but normally it has been applicable for the numbers which are very big numbers to reduce the distance between them. It's very applicable here. So 2 questions along with the answers. Please do solve the questions immediately after watching the video so that you will get the confidence of solving the particular questions in this way. Yeah, this is from my side for this particular part. Thank you. Happy learning.